Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your mind as a room. Over the years, that room has been filled with noise, fear, expectations, regrets, comparisons, and endless voices telling you who you should be and what you should have achieved by now. Every failure left a mark, every insult stayed longer than it should have, and every worry claimed a corner of your peace. You wake up every day carrying this invisible weight, wondering why life feels so heavy even when nothing seems physically wrong. From childhood, we are taught to fill our minds, fill it with grades, opinions, ambitions, and labels. Be successful, be strong, don't fail, don't slow down. Slowly, without realizing it, the mind becomes crowded. When the mind is crowded, clarity disappears. You start reacting instead of choosing. You start running instead of understanding. Most people don't suffer because life is hard. They suffer because their minds are never quiet enough to see life clearly. There is a story of a man who once asked a wise teacher how to find peace. The teacher poured tea into the man's cup and kept pouring even when it was full. The tea spilled everywhere. Shocked, the man shouted for him to stop. The teacher calmly said, "Your mind is like this cup. How can I give you anything new if it is already full?" That lesson is simple but powerful. Before you can grow, before you can heal, before your life can change, you must empty your mind. Emptying your mind does not mean forgetting your responsibilities or becoming careless. It means releasing what no longer serves you. It means letting go of old failures that keep replaying in your head. It means releasing anger toward people who are no longer in your life. It means stopping the endless comparison that steals your joy. You cannot move forward while dragging yesterday with you. A full mind leaves no space for new strength. Think about how many decisions you make based on fear. Fear of losing, fear of judgment, fear of not being enough. That fear comes from a mind that is overloaded with past pain and future anxiety. When you empty your mind, fear loses its power. You begin to act from awareness instead of panic. You begin to respond with calm instead of reacting with emotion. Silence in the mind creates courage in life. When your mind is empty, even for a moment, you start noticing things you ignored before. You notice your breath. You notice the present moment. You notice that life is happening now, not in yesterday's regret or tomorrow's worry. In that emptiness, creativity is born. In that emptiness, clarity appears. Many of the greatest ideas, strongest decisions, and deepest realizations come when the mind is quiet, not when it is loud. People often think motivation comes from pushing harder, thinking more, and forcing results. In reality, true motivation comes from stillness. When the mind is empty, your inner voice becomes clear. You start understanding what truly matters to you, not what the world demands from you. That clarity gives you direction. Direction gives you confidence. Confidence changes your actions, and actions change your life. Emptying your mind is a daily practice. It happens when you stop overthinking before sleep. It happens when you forgive instead of holding grudges. It happens when you accept yourself instead of fighting who you are. Every time you let go of something unnecessary, you create space for peace. And peace is not weakness. Peace is power under control. Life does not need you to be perfect. Life needs you to be present. A mind full of noise cannot enjoy success, and a mind full of fear cannot recognize opportunity. But a quiet mind sees clearly. It chooses wisely. It moves forward without being chained to the past. So empty your mind. Let go of what you cannot control. Release the weight you were never meant to carry. When your mind is empty, your heart becomes lighter. When your heart is lighter, your steps become stronger. And when your steps become stronger, life begins to change in ways you never imagined.